You got to be the best tackler on the field.
Sprint, let's go, Isaac. Pick it up, Isaac.
75% of your weight on your hands.
Oh, on three. 1, 2, 3. Oh!
It's the Varsity All Access High School Football Preview Show, sponsored by Ray Farner Ford in Clinton and Wendy's.
Hi everyone, and welcome to our high school football season preview special. Of course, over the next half hour, we'll look ahead to what should be an exciting year for our prep football in our area. But we can't do that without getting to the rest of our team who are out at a pair of jamborees here in East Tennessee. You see them there, Rick Russo and Zach Rickens, looking good on this football field. Rick, we're going to start with you over at Carson Newman, getting ready for that jamboree here tonight.
Hey Paige, and hi everybody, and happy football season. That's right, it's here. 1 week from tonight, we kick off week 1 of the regular season. We are at beautiful Berktar Stadium on the Carson Newman University campus, and with me is our new media partner, 5-Star Preps. The author is none other than Jesse Smithy. Brother, it's great to see you. Are you ready? It's here.
I've been ready, Rick. We've been doing a lot of preseason content for months, so the fact that they're out here, the jamboree, is just a sign that it's right around the corner.
And Jesse, we're so excited to partner up with you. I think it's going to bring our viewers and online readers a lot more coverage of high school football this season.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does it better than Varsity All Access and 5-Star Prep. So it's kind of like when Hulk Hogan and Macho Man shook hands at the WrestleMania combined forces. And so really excited to what we could bring to East Tennessee.
All right, so this is the 3rd year, correct, for this 5-Star Preps Jamboree. And by the way, folks, if you're in the immediate area, come out. Plenty of seats left. Come out and watch some great football. 3rd year, and the folks at CN here have been great to you, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And kids 18 and under get in free today.
All
so
right.
Bring the family down. Tickets are only $10. We got 8 teams here today. Clinton, you got Grace Christian, Catholic, Morristown East, Greenville's going to be here later tonight, Oak Ridge, so a lot of big premier programs from the area.
All right, let's get to it. 1 week from tonight, as I mentioned, the start of the regular season. Let's look at maybe some of the key matches that folks can look forward to for week 1. We begin with the Battle of Motown. Morristown East and West. West has won the last 2, and East has a new head coach.
They do. Dallas Kirkendall, he's actually out there on the field right now, and so he's getting some experience and getting to know what his kids can do on and off the field for Morristown East. So what better way to get him baptized into Morristown than to have that game against Morristown West? And so he's going to learn all about the atmosphere, the rivalry. He's kind of from the area. He spent some time in East Tennessee at Chucky Doak, so I'm sure he heard about it, but he's going to get to live it next week.
All right, another game we'll be keeping our eye on next Friday night is Carnes and Hardin Valley. Lee Warren, the new head coach, replacing the veteran Brad Taylor, and they've lost a pretty good running back too in Deshaun Bishop.
Yeah, kind of a tough situation for him to go into his first season. They don't have their star player that they've built that program around the last 3 or 4 years. You're talking about Deshaun Bishop, who went to the University of Tennessee, a 2-time Mr. Football winner, over 8,000 career rushing yards, and now you don't have him. So it's going to be a new look all around. But really, that staff held over for when Brad Taylor resigned right there in late June. So everybody that was on staff currently still on staff. So a good transition there, but a rivalry game again for them in week 1 as well.
Jesse, one of the marquee games, no doubt, of week 1, Anderson County, defending state champs against the Powell Panthers. My goodness, these two teams, when they've gotten together in recent years, early season, they've given that scoreboard a pretty good workout.
Yeah, they have. It's an absolutely fantastic, fun matchup, a lot of touchdowns. We're going to be seeing what they look like at quarterback at Anderson County.
Each team has a new quarterback.
Yeah, we're going to see what they look like at quarterback at Powell. So it could be some rust, but a lot of great complementary players around these new quarterbacks. So they're not going to put a lot of pressure on them. Hand the ball off to your superstars or quick passes and get them in the end zone. Should be a fun night at the home of the Panthers. Here's Davey Gillum of AC.
Here recently, both of our programs are top of the food chain in Tennessee. You know, they're top of the food chain in 5A. We're top in 4A, right there at the top, both of us. And so it's a big game on a lot of fronts. You know, you want to win that game for pride. Your fans want it. There's a lot of talk go back and forth between fans. But at the same time, just as where you stack in that state ranking kind of thing, where are you? Game 1. Now, where we are game 1 and them and game 10 may be a different story, but you want to win that game for a lot of reasons.
No doubt about that. And again, each team debuts a new quarterback. Should be a lot of fun. We will have highlights of that one next week. We'll also have highlights a week from this Saturday of the Bearden West. You talk about this West Knoxville battle and West High. They were unstoppable last year, a state championship, but they've lost some people, haven't they?
They have. They'll have a new quarterback. They'll have a new star running back, some new wide receivers. So probably going to see some early season rust out of West. But like Lamar Brown, their coach said, I'd hate to see us in October or in the playoffs. So I think he knows this young group. Going to take some bumps and bruises in the early going, and there's a lot of buzz around this Bearden team.
Sure.
With Jaheim Merriweather, their running back, committed to Purdue, and some young guys who have Power 5 offers. So it's going to be a fun one.
Looking forward to it. Bearden has not won in this series since 2018. Folks, that's it for now, but we've got more. Jesse and I will come back here at Carson Newman a little bit later on in the broadcast. But when we come back, we're heading over to Central High School and the Knox County Jamboree, where the repeat-minded West Rebels are playing tonight, your Class 5A champs. You're watching our high school football preview special, Varsity All Access, powered by 5 Star Press. We're coming right back.
You're watching the Varsity All Access High School Football Preview Show, sponsored by Ray Varner Ford in Clinton and Wendy's.
Made from scratch biscuits rising, hand-breaded chicken frying, 100% Angus beef burgers charbroiling. Just a few of the ways Hardee's handcrafts goodness in the making.
Seniors are overpaying for life insurance, sometimes more than twice the monthly rate of what they could be paying. If you've bought a guaranteed acceptance plan, please pay close attention. A 60-year-old male pays almost $90 a month for less than $11,000 in coverage with a guaranteed acceptance plan. But Senior Life Insurance Company qualified him for $11,000 in whole life protection for less than $48 a month. That cut his monthly life insurance rate in half and saved him over $500 a year. A 75-year-old female could save over $50 a month for more coverage by switching to Senior Life. That's a savings of over $600 a year. Call Senior Life now to compare your current policy and see how we could save you hundreds of dollars a year on your life insurance. We might even be able to help you get money back on your current overpriced policy. Stop overpaying for your life insurance. Call Senior Life Insurance Company now for your free quote.
Surprise!
Who are you?
Signal woman. First of her name, Queen of Safety, Protector of Pedestrians. I see you're making a left at this intersection.
I am.
Okay, before you make that turn, don't just check for gaps in traffic. Look for people and bikes, too.
Smart.
You know, I do this 24 hours a day. Literally. Well, bye-bye. He's doing everything I taught him.
Hardee's 2 for $5 breakfast bake goodness into your morning. Choose a biscuit with sausage and egg, biscuit and gravy, or French toast tips. Any two, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Welcome back into our high school football preview show, everyone. We're going to continue by focusing in on a team that was virtually unstoppable last year, an undefeated season resulting in a Class 5A state championship. I'm, of course, talking about Lamar Brown's West High Rebels. A season ago, it was a perfect 15-0 record that was capped off with a state championship for the West Rebels. As they enter 2023, they know that target on their backs will only get bigger.
We've had that X for a long time. You know, we've been really good the last 4 or 5 years, and our kids know what to expect.
It shows us that we're a big threat to a lot of teams, so we have to come with it every week. There's no time to be complacent, there's no time to be relaxed either.
Go! The team returns just 10 starters with their offensive line featuring 4 newcomers, a unit that's dealt the challenge of practicing against a strong Rebels front 7.
They're making each other better. When you got C.J. Smith as a defensive end, our offensive line's got to have it turned on every play. We're going to get killed, and they've done a good job stepping up to that challenge.
Iron sharpens iron. We're always making each other better day by day, and that's the goal. Yesterday's practice is our baseline for the next practice, and we want to get better every day.
West dominated on both sides of the ball last year, outscoring opponents 655 to 149, a staggering difference that resulted in 10 running clocks.
It is a lot to think about knowing that you won the state championship, but it's also, you got to remind yourself that you can't get complacent just because you did it before. You got to do it once again.
Now they're preparing for one of the toughest schedules in their class, with hopes of repeating as champions.
That's something that you can look at for motivation every day. That ring, the trophy, all the community, they're all right behind us, ready for war.
Those Rebels are in action this evening over at Central High School, where we see Zach Rickens with our newest member of our WVLT Sports Department and John Zatori. Hey guys.
Hey Paige, yeah, that's right. Our new face here to take you through football season, John Sartori. I'm Zach Rickens here, and we're kind of adding a new member because we're taking one away. I'm going home, back closer to Pennsylvania and Philadelphia to just kind of get closer to family and friends. So bittersweet there, but John is going to be giving you some great perspective because he's been raised around football. Yep. You love football. You're a Louisiana guy, but the first thing John told me when I met him, he's not an LSU fan. So John, just tell the people a little more about yourself.
Yeah, from the New Orleans area, so high school football is king. So I'm excited to get to know East Tennessee a little bit. And what better way to start with Jamboree action tonight?
Yeah, Jamboree action. We actually just had a great play, a diving catch here on the sideline just a couple seconds before we came out to you, because we're at the Knox County Jamboree hosted by Central High School, and we've got kind of the man of the hour here. Nick Craney is going to join us kind of right in the middle here, Nick. Just this time of year, what's this mean to you to finally get the pads on? You're going against other teams. It's got to be relief to see your kids really just kind of get after it right now.
It is. It's a fun day today. You know, today's the day. There's been a lot of work between, you know, the end of last season, you know, all off season, going through spring practice, going through summer, to, you know, now be able to get the pads on, and today play one more that doesn't count. That, you know, really is fun. But it's the start of the season. It's a good time.
You guys made the playoffs last year, but you told me off camera a little bit ago you guys have some raised expectations for yourselves this year. I guess just kind of how do you kind of start implementing a new culture into a team?
Yeah, you know, it's tough. You know, I think our kids right now are more bought in than ever, and we realized, you know, we had a group of kids that were sold out, and we're going to do whatever we asked them. So, you know, as a coaching staff, we said, you know, guys, we got to challenge them to be the best they can be, and that's always been the standard. But we have really pushed these guys, and it's been fun to watch them respond to our raised expectations for them in the classroom, at the beginning of school, and going back to last spring. And, you know, in the weight room and on the field.
And one of those kids who has high expectations for himself, you see him on your screen right now, Frank Johnson. He just, what can't this kid do with the ball in his hand? You know, he was playing all kinds of different positions on offense, but I understand he's going to have some new responsibilities on the other side of the ball, position you're familiar with, one that's close to your heart.
Yeah, Frank is phenomenal, and we're lucky to have him, and he's phenomenal in everything he does, and that means, yes, you know, he could play just about any position on the field, but truthfully, you know, he's a phenomenal kid off the field. He works harder than just about anybody in the weight room. He does all the things that you need. He does, you know, has a great attitude all the time. Great, you know, it meets expectations in the classroom, and is a leader up in the school building. I can't say enough good things, but he is going to play some defense this year, play a little linebacker, and I'm excited to see that because on the field he can do just about. I don't know that I've ever had a kid that can do as much as Frank Johnson can do.
Yeah, he was the Region 2 5A Player of the Year, which is saying a lot, John, because, boy, what a region, what a district that is.
Absolutely, and Coach, you talked about raising the expectations. You've got some familiar faces and new places. Being in that league, how much is that going to help you guys raise the expectations?
No doubt, and really in our as a coaching staff in our off-season conversations, that was part of the spur. Saying, hey, you know, our region is getting tougher. Even our non-region schedule has gotten tougher, you know, so we said, hey, we're gonna have to up our level some, and so it's been fun to watch the kids respond to that. But it is a tough region, and there's no doubt about it. But we wouldn't have it any other way. You know, it's a great place to be because we will be as prepared as we possibly can when the playoffs start.
Absolutely. Nick, thanks for your time, man. I know you're a busy guy. You're itching to get out there. You're soon up. What, Farragut tonight?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Farragut, correct? Tonight?
Yeah,
Farragut tonight. I can't keep up with all the matchups here, but one matchup we are looking forward to, Alcoa Week 1 is coming up. Rick and Jesse are going to be talking about that a little bit more. More from the 5-Star Preps Jamboree up at Carson Newman. That's next on your Varsity All Access Season Preview Show.
You're watching the Varsity All Access High School Football Preview Show, sponsored by Ray Varner Ford in Clinton and Wendy's.
What if I told you that you could transform the entire look of your kitchen while avoiding a lengthy remodel? It's easy when you call K&P Remodeling, Tennessee's trusted local source for kitchen cabinet refacing. Your cabinet frames are probably still in good shape, so don't replace, reface. It only takes a matter of days, and our standard is everyone else's upgrade, including our revolutionary 5-piece door line with soft close hinges and glides. It's our summer savings event. Save 50% on installation of a cabinet refacing project with 24 months interest-free financing, senior and military discounts. You'll get a $200 Home Depot gift card with purchase. And call during this program for a free $50 Restaurant.com gift card with estimate. And as a bonus, the first 10 callers receive an additional $250 off. Call 1-800-651-5496. That's 1-800-651-5496.
A personal injury case is like a jigsaw puzzle. Some pieces fall into place, but others take careful consideration and a different perspective. If any piece is missing or overlooked, the complete picture cannot be assembled and the truth cannot be revealed. No matter the complexity or length of time it takes, we will work long and hard to make your life whole again.
Wettermark Keith, the name to know and trust.
You know, you've got it pretty good. Swimming this much stuff was never this easy.
Yes! Let's go!
Nice eye thingies.
They're collagen boosters.
Get internet on the Xfinity 10G network made for streaming for $30 a month for 12 months and add Now TV for $20. It's the best value in live TV and streaming.
You guys like this show too?
Yes, chef!
Get way more into what you're into when you stream on the Xfinity 10G network.
Welcome back to our preview of the 2023 high school football season, one of which will provide a new yet familiar feel for the Lenoir City Panthers. Stepping into old shoes is what Lenoir City's interim head coach will do this season. Mike Zeller, once a Panthers head coach for 6 years, is again getting used to his old role.
It was a challenge early on, but yeah, I'm doing fine now. It kind of came back to me, if you will. The kids are responding well, and they're working hard, and that's all we can ask.
I've had him as a teacher and everything. Seeing his wisdom outside of football really makes me look up to him as a leader in football.
Zeller initially started the season as a linebackers coach, but transitioned to head coach last month.
I miss just being with the unit, just because it's a little more personal. I spend a little more time there, a lot more responsibility to oversee the whole situation, all the different positions, but it's coming back to me.
It's great. I mean, he's been my position coach since freshman year, so it's really great to see him kind of get back into that full leadership role, because he was a great head coach for us a few years ago.
As the team presses forward, it's about building off what they accomplished a year ago, where the defense dominated their district, giving up the fewest points.
It's helping our offense because our defense can do so many more things than we could last year. It's challenging to them, but they're picking it up.
With 2023 right around the corner, the team has their sights set on ending their playoff drought.
I think everybody's got to be committed and really focus in on the same goal, because if we all have a different agenda, then we're not going to get much done.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to see what Coach Zeller and those guys get done this season. Also looking to take care of business this season, Rick, is Alcoa. They've been unstoppable for the past near decade, now inside 3A.
You're absolutely right, Paige. And hi again, everybody. Rick Russo and my partner, Jesse Smith, the Five Star Preps. We're at the home of the Carson Newman Eagles, but it's not the Eagles playing tonight here on the field behind us. Some of the best in high school football out here for the 3rd annual Five Star Preps Jamboree. Now, Jesse, one team that's not here, but their presence, no doubt, will be felt across Tennessee this season. Those mighty Alcoa Tornadoes. It's it's mind-boggling when you think about what they accomplished, have accomplished, and what they can do again this year.
Yeah, it sounds crazy to say these words, but they're going for their 9th consecutive 3A state championship.
That's something else.
9 in a row, and odds are they're probably going to do it. They're absolutely loaded at the wide receiver position, at the running back position. They did lose some big key offensive linemen. You talk about Lance Williams going to Virginia Tech.
That's right.
Bubba Jeffries going to Indiana. So if they have a weakness, it's probably up front, but nobody gets offensive linemen ready for the grueling season than Alcoa. Brian Gossett out there, their offensive line coach, does a fantastic job.
Have done for a long time. Alcoa High School, of course, made state history last year, winning its 8th football championship in a row. It's the 21st overall title for the Tornadoes and the first for longtime defensive coordinator and first-year head coach Brian Nix last year.
It's huge because you find out what you're good at, you find out what your weaknesses are, you find out what you play well, what you think they understand things, and then you see out there and really what should be two simple adjustments we didn't make. Well, that's a coaching issue. I think it's just a constant case of trying to find situations where you can improve.
Yeah, the coach talking about what they've been doing during this preseason and how it can continue to help them get better and win that 9th straight title. Alcoa ends the year last year 14-1, beating East Nashville 45-26 for the state title. Now, Jesse, when you talk about Blount County and you talk about Alcoa, it's hard not to mention Derek Hunt's Maryville Red Rebels. They are still a very quality football team and program. What about their prospects for this 2023 season?
Well, it feels like they're coming off a down year, but they still made it to the state semifinals for, I think, like the 21st year in a row. So they had a lot of injuries and a lot of unfortunate things that happened to the program. We're not used to seeing that. But when you look at the sum of the parts of what they did last year, I feel like that coaching staff extracted everything that they could out of that team, injuries and all, got it to the state semifinals. Right now, they're breaking in 2 new quarterbacks. One's about 5'11", the other one's 6'4", 185. So they bring 2 different type of skill sets to the field. I think we're going to see in the early parts of the season, Maryville go with a 2-quarterback look and see if one of them can win the job outright.
All right, in the private school ranks, wanted to talk about Catholic and Webb. 2 schools with new head coaches, and it was a topsy-turvy offseason for Catholic. Finally, they have settled on Steve Matthews, who used to be there, and Philip Shadowins as co-head coaches. And then over at Webb School, Don Mahoney, the former Tennessee line coach, takes over for the Spartans.
Well, I love Don Mahoney's energy, and I'm watching him in 7-on-7 in the scrimmages to be kind of new at it. I think that kind of gives him some energy and some juice about him. And so they don't have a lot of kids on the roster, but the kids that they do have are college-level talent. So they're going to have some fortune, keep some guys healthy. They lost Shavar Young to transfer. He left to go to Brentwood Academy. And that's a kid that was probably going to be one of the area's best players since T. Higgins when it comes to overall recruiting rankings. But I think they'll still have enough to win in that division. Catholic, fortunately, they had 2 guys on their staff that have won state championships.
That's right.
With Steve Matthews and Philip Shadowin. So those 2 guys are seasoned veterans. They'll work well together and get it done.
Lastly, East Tennessee high school football, it just continues to impress. It wouldn't surprise me if we get another state champion out of this area.
3 state champions last year, just kept adding to the total, and there are a number of teams that we'll be highlighting on 5starpreps.com that could win state championships again this year. So keep an eye out for that.
Folks, watch us all season long. 5-Star Preps online, Varsity All Access on air. It all begins next week with week 1 of high school football. Stay with us, folks. We continue when we come back here on our preseason preview show. We're going to talk about some of the new coaches. We mentioned a couple of them in the area. And Gibbs High School finally has a home field. That's next. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
You're watching the Varsity All Access High School Football Preview Show, sponsored by Ray Varner Ford in Clinton and Wendy's.
Zaxby's hand-breaded chicken, fire-roasted corn, crunchy tortilla strips, cheddar jack cheese. Zaxby's Southwest Salad is a flavor fiesta, and our Southwest Ranch is the spice of the party. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
Old Smoky's distilleries are the most visited in the world, and we have immediate job opportunities available in both our bottling plants and our distilleries.
Old Smoky offers a variety of work opportunities, including part-time or full-time, permanent or seasonal, all set in an atmosphere of fun. We offer competitive wages with incentive plans available and even a 401k program.
Apply in person or online at oldsmoky.com to learn about the great opportunities we offer.
Come, join the team that shines.
Fountain City Jewelers is a name you can trust when it comes to fine jewelry. Now they are bringing in even more treats you'll love during a 2-day luxury handbag event on August 11th and 12th. Save on previously loved handbags from high-end designers like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Prada, Yves Saint Laurent, Chanel, Hermes, and more. All items are inspected and authenticated so you can indulge with confidence. Don't miss this 2-day event. Save the date, Friday and Saturday, August 11th and 12th at Fountain City Jewelers.
The legend of Zaxby's hand-breaded chicken, the fire of roasted corn, the crunch of tortilla strips, the kick of Southwest Ranch. It's a Southwest salad, and it's not for the faint of flavor. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
Summer weather is all about fun in the sun. Until it's not. Make sure you're prepared for sudden severe weather with the First Alert Weather Team and the First Alert Weather app. On air, we'll let you know days ahead of time when conditions are favorable for problem storms. And when they do hit, the weather app tracks where they're headed and how long they'll last. Maximize your summer fun all season long by staying prepared with WVLT First Alert Weather.
Welcome back to our final segment. Last season, it was a difficult one for the Gibbs High Eagles due to stadium renovations. The team played all of its games on the road, but this year, it's back home, sweet home for the Eagles and head coach Brad Turner.
It's 4 times as big as it was, if not more.
After more than 500 days away from home, the Gibbs Eagles are just 2 weeks out from playing their first true home game inside their new stadium.
Atmosphere-wise, I'm definitely looking to that first home game versus Holes. I think it'll be really exciting, and just morale, definitely a morale boost, being able to play at home and not having to hop on the bus every Friday.
This is where I grew up. This is where I live now. You know, we all have a little chip on our shoulder here at Gibbs of, you know, wanting to win and getting respect. You know, when we go out and play, we got to battle.
With the new stadium, a chance to begin new traditions.
And we're actually going to be coming down the grass. We're going to have a football up there that they touch before they come down, some cannons and lights and all that stuff that they love. And the first thing you see when you come around the field house is the home stadium and the fans, so hopefully that creates some energy and excitement. Pack this place out and have a great night.
Well, what's really special about that story is you might have seen on Coach Brad Turner's shirt that it said the No Stadium Tour. Every single game, home or away, was on the road. And he talked about how they really were able to battle that adversity because of what they went through during the COVID season when they didn't even know if they were going to be able to play. So it really helped to prepare them for that. Coach Brad Turner played at Gibbs High and went away for college for a few years and then came back, saying it's a bit of a bittersweet moment when they have that new stadium, but definitely a chance to bring on new traditions. They're going to kick off their season next week, just as well as many of our area teams. And as they get ready for the new season, there's a lot of new faces in new places. So I want to do a quick rundown with you of who those new coaches are. We're going to start over at Catholic. The baton passed twice from Corey Mops to Dean Kokonis. The Steve Matthews, the former KCHS head coach, will now share the duties with former William Blunt head coach Philip Shadowens. Christian Academy of Knoxville welcomes in Chad Speck. He replaces Travis Monzingo, who's now on the Maryville College staff. Carnes promoted Lee Warren, who replaces veteran coach Brad Taylor on the Beavers sideline. Then we get to Brad Ring. You see him there, the story program at Oak Ridge, replacing Scott Cummings. And then we have Caleb Slaver over at Sweetwater, replacing Mike Martin, who resigned later this year. And then we have Wes, a former ball assistant, Don Mahoney. You heard Rick talking about him earlier. He's now over at Webb High School. Lastly, folks, it's just an appetizer for what's to come this season as we kick off our Varsity All Access show. Thank you again for joining us tonight. Can't wait to get it all started next Friday night for your Varsity All Access. Have a good night, everybody.